yo, what's good? What's good with you guys, man? What's going on? We back, man. Another one. Stream. Yes. Labor Day over with. Time to get your ass back to work. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Time to get back to work, man. We're gonna go ahead and get in here and work on get a mix started or whatnot. Try to get a vintage vibe. I know it's late on Labor Day, but this is the only time we can really work. And that's all right though, man. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna catch the playback anyway, so it's all good, man. So let's go ahead and put a little backing music on. All right, cool. I already know I'm gonna get flagged for this, so it's all good, man. But we got a mix right here. We're gonna go ahead and try to get a vintage vibe on it, and you know what I'm saying, really get this vintage vibe popping, or whatnot. We have a lot of guitar play going on, a lot of, you know what I'm saying, organs and old school sounding type of keys or whatnot, and then also too we have a sample in here. So we're gonna try to get a vintage vibe going, and then, you know what I'm saying, work on the drums, and then we'll, you know what I'm saying, finish out with the vocals. But I'm not going to share the vocals with you guys or whatnot, because this is an exclusive, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes type of track or whatnot. So we're going to, you know what I'm saying, save the vocals for a later time for you guys to check out. But definitely we're going to, you know what I'm saying, just get this vintage vibe going on or whatnot, man. So, yeah, that's what that is right there, man. Cool beans, man. Cool beans, man. Cool beans. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bring up Studio One right here, and you guys can see we have the track going on or whatnot, man. Studio One, we got the track going on. Everything that you see in yellow is going to be let me see here. All right, everything you see in yellow is going to be the vintage vibe that we'll be working on, and everything else in orange and red is part of the percussion and also 808s and all that other good stuff right there, man. So we're gonna go ahead and get started, man. Lego. All right, cool deal, man. So let's go ahead and stop the track, and let's go ahead and just bring up a couple of things here, and I want to see if this. Yeah, it's not hiding anything, so that's a good thing. That is a very good thing. All right, cool deal, man. And now if I go full view, that's where it's gonna get complicated. All right, cool. So we in Studio One right now, y'all, and we're going for that vintage vibe, right? Cool beans. So in order to get this vintage vibe, right, the thing we have going on is this right here. And I know I'm gonna get flagged on YouTube, but it's all good. They gonna accept it or deny it, man. Fuck them haters, man. But this is the sample right here. So we got the sample going on right there, right? And then we put all the accompanying instruments along with it, and we get this. So we got to make that part right there a vintage vibe. And I don't even have this stuff up loud enough, so I apologize. There we go. And if you add that sample to that, you know what I'm saying? So we just really use the sample for the vocal aspect of everything or whatnot. Now, so now that we have that, we gotta make that a vintage vibe. Now, what I did for starters on that is we went on ahead and grouped everything that's in yellow. We have it to an instrument. We have it to a bus track, which is instruments, all instruments or whatnot. All right, and that is leading up to this track right here. We need to go ahead and just make that color chord match right there. All right, cool deal. So we have all those instruments that you heard right there. All that right there, you know what I'm saying? All of that right there is going to this yellow instrument bus, right? Now, we have a mix effect on it. Really just start the vintage vibe on it or whatnot. Now, if you're familiar with Studio One and the mix effects that go along with the bus tracks, we're taking advantage of a you could say a mix effect, and they call it the Porter cassette. Okay, and it's part of that console plug-in that they have, right? You know, what I'm saying you'll probably see something like this, the console shaper. You'll probably see something like that, or if you got the newly CTC, or if you have the older CTC one, where you have more of a knee console, more of a kind of like a Abbey Road type console, and then more of a beefed up console shaper. You have that CTC one. But if you have the newly console mix effects or whatnot, you will have the Alpine Desk, which is this one right here. And then we have a brick console, which is a SSL model. And then you have the Porter cassette. And this is my favorite one right here. All the rest of them, they do what they do. But this one kind of gives you a vintage vibe to it. And it really thickens up the sounds that you have running through it. When we turn this off, I'm going to play those sounds again. And you're going to notice the difference for us, the grit and the fatness and the beefiness in the sound. Now I'm gonna turn this thing on in the middle. All right, y'all see this button right here? Turn it on. You'll notice everything kind of fattens up a little bit more in your face. Now we are driving this a little bit, and excuse me. We're driving this a little bit right here. We also have we added some noise into here, and we also have a little bit of crosstalk. So crosstalk is like you have one channel here, and let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. So you have one channel here, and you have one channel here, and then you have another channel here. So just imagine you have, let's just say we got these three channels: one channel, two channel, three channel. All right, we got these three channels right here. The sound source from this channel is going to bleed in this channel, okay? And the sound source from this channel is going to bleed in this channel, and then you'll be able to hear the sound source on this channel, and you on this channel you hear both sound sources. So what happens is when you have this crosstalk going on, you can hear individual channels that are in the same area, so to speak, of the console. And what that happens and how that happens is it comes from, just regular consoles. It's the circuitry in it for as how the, electronics are set up in a console. And you'll be able to hear, what's going on 2-3 tracks down the faders or whatnot. And that's basically what the crosstalk is. So when you solo one channel, and let's do that just to give you an example. All right, we're going to go here and let's just go to the yellow section. All right, we're going to unsolo everything. And let me go back up here. All right, cool deal. And check this out. We're going to go ahead and solo the core guitar. Now you hear all that other stuff? Like some keys. You see what I'm saying? You hear that? Check this out. That's the sound you was hearing. It was right next door to it. You know what I'm saying? Even though we had this one solo right here, you can still hear this one. And you can also hear a little bit of this one. You hear that? Now check this out. Go back to the original one I had solo. You heard it. Put them all together. And you hear all three of them crosstalk together. And it just adds a fatter sound to it. It adds a little bit more, vibe to it or whatnot, you know what I'm saying? All right, cool deal. So that's what crosstalk is, okay? And then we just added a little bit of character for us, a tape saturation type character. And then we boosted up the master just a little bit or whatnot. And now this is the cool part about this. It just depends on if you're like making music production in Studio One. You can take advantage of the pitch in this particular plugin right here. So let's say, for instance, we have this this chord guitar, right? So all those instruments that are on all the instruments that are on this situation, all the instruments that are bus to this particular bus track, and we pitch it down like this, you know what I'm saying, we could definitely get a different pitch. Okay, and I'm gonna put that back at the default section right there, and we're gonna go over to the vocals, right? So let's say, for instance, we was to add that Porter cassette to the vocals, right? Check this out. We don't have it. Oh, never mind. I'm not gonna do the vocals because I don't want y'all to hear the vocals, but I just fucked up something. So so you could only have one mix effect on here at a time, and that took away from what we got. So we ain't want to do that right there. You know what I'm saying? So all good, man. So let's see here. We don't have nothing there. We got a little bit of crosstalk there. So what we're gonna do is eliminate these right here. All right, cool deal. Now let's focus on the topic at hand. Let's get back to it. All right, so we got this vintage vibe going on, right? We got this right here. We got this. This is a secondary sample.
Yeah, let me talk it out. I might have met her with a man.
Let's see here. All right, so we got like a Telecaster guitar right there. All right, and everything else should be labeled right there. All right, so we got a lot of guitars in here. We got 1, 2. Let's see here, 3, 4, and 5. Jesus, and 6. So we got different. And if you include the bass, we have 7 guitar tracks going on all at the same time. If we was to solo those, that's all the guitars right there. And then you add. So this is where we're gonna try to get the vibe at with the guitars or whatnot. Okay. Shout out to my one listener and stuff like that. Drop a comment, man. Let me chit chat with you, man. I'm gonna go ahead and say seem like every time I say what's going on to a viewer, they get scared. All right, cool deal, man. So I dropped a comment to you and whatnot, man. Check this out. So we got all these guitars going on, right? And we need to try to get a vibe going on with those right there. So we're gonna go ahead. So those are all the guitars. We have a chord guitar, Telecaster, wah, a Strat, another type of tele guitar, a rhythm guitar, and then the bass. All right, so what I'm gonna do is take all of those guitars and I'm gonna bust those together. All right, and I'm gonna call this a guitar bus. All right. All right, now this guitar bus is just basically going to be a bus where I can, you know what I'm saying, have a handle on the guitars, okay? But we want a vintage vibe to this, okay? All right, so we gonna pull out some vintage, you know what I'm saying, some vintage to it. All right, cool deal, man. Now, I got some new toys I want to play with, or whatnot, to get that vintage vibe going on with it, okay? So we're gonna go to the Kush plugins, man, and we're gonna see what they're working with. All right, so let's go here, what we can find in Kush. Now with the Kush stuff right here, we want to get like a good preamp. We want to give these guitars some character, and you know what I'm saying, these guitars, they need to be up front a little bit, you know what I'm saying, they need a little character to them. So we're gonna pull up this Omega transformer, which is nothing but a Neve preamp, okay? Now what this is on is it's gonna give us a little make the guitars a little fatter and give us a little bit of character to it, or whatever the case may be. So we're gonna go ahead and put this this particular section in a loop. All right, and we're gonna go ahead and hit play. Now you see how dirty those get? Yeah, it get a little dirty, you know what I'm saying? But we're gonna back off a little bit. Here we go. So I'm looking at these lights flashing right here. I want those lights to flash with the vibe of what we got going on. Yeah, my one viewer just bounced out of there. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. You'll notice when I bypass that out, that's our guitars. So this thing's had a little nice little, you know what I'm saying, little vibe to it or whatever the case may be. Now that we added that in there, what I want to do now is just go ahead and we're going to go and pull up some, I'm going to get the Slate Digital, Slate VMR up in this bad boy right here, all right? And, ooh, wait a minute. What's up? We don't got, there it is. What's up? All right, cool deal. So we're gonna bring this particular plug in here, man, or whatnot. Now, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm gonna do a method of top-down mixing, okay? And we're gonna keep this virtual channel on here, and I'm gonna keep that Neve on here, and I'm gonna pull up this newly added compressor they call the Custom Opto in here, all right? And what we're gonna do now is just use this as a focus. Now we're gonna keep everything Neve-ish in here for us, the group, all right? And I'm gonna add a little character on the virtual channel. Make sure I don't have this needle in the red. All right, you'll notice that we're compressing the hell out right here. So what we're gonna do is bring this down here. We're gonna bring up fast speed, and we got this little compressor situation right here, but we're gonna turn that off. We're gonna move this compressor right here in the beginning. All right, and what we want to do is listen to the guitars again. Okay, how much compression do we need? That's what we're gonna determine right here. We just need a little gentle squeeze or whatnot. So we're gonna set our ratio to 2-to-1, and we're gonna put our Z. You'll notice that my needle is barely moving, if you can see it. I mean, it's barely moving. But I'm moving it just enough where everything is gluing together, okay? So that needle is moving according to the bass. There we go. And now I'm moving this tone knob. I like what the smooth is doing. All right, cool deal. So we barely got this needle doing a gain reduction around -1, okay? Now, once I achieve that or whatnot, we're just going to go ahead and try to make up the gain. So the output gain is pretty plentiful. All right, cool deal. Now that we got that going on or whatnot, man, we're going to go ahead and try to see if we can get these guitars just to get a little vibe off of it. Not something that we're going to go ahead and just make corrections on, or, you know what I'm saying, say, for instance, oh, yeah, man, we're going to, you know what I'm saying, try to clean them up all in one track. No, we're just going to get a vibe off of this, okay? All right, so what we're going to do now is just really kind of like brighten up some things and really bring out some character to those all these guitar sub grouped together, all right? Now, one thing we're going to do is move this down here, right here. So this is my handy dandy lifesaver situation. This is my cheat code right here. And that's the spectrometer here in Studio One. I'm gonna put this on waterfalls. So you see all of this right here. So we can raise up some good high end. Now I'm not trying to take away from the sound. We're just enhancing it a little bit. So we just enhanced it. We did a little bump around about 3.47. We've added like 1.2 dB around about 3.47 K on the hertz and whatnot. We didn't take away. We didn't do any subtractive EQing. We just did a lot of additive. Now we're gonna leave it alone. We ain't gonna mess with it anymore. Now we're gonna go back and go and focus on the instruments by themselves. Okay. All right. And let's do this, folks. Let's go ahead and find those individual guitars right there. Okay. We got this Telecaster. Oh, it actually comes up right here. I'm so sorry, y'all. Now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna play with another new toy that I got. It is the Harrison 32C channel strip, and we're gonna use this particular plugin because it's so easy to use. Okay, the reason why I like it is because it's simple. It gives you 4-band EQ. It gives you a simple compressor, and it sounds good. And that's it. It ain't no if and buts about it, man. It just does what it needs to do, okay? Now, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and move the order of routing. We're going to move the EQ first. Actually, we're going to use the filters, EQ, and then compressor, okay? And we got a nice little handy-dandy K-scale meter right here. So we're going to see where these guitars sitting at on the K-scale. So we can drive a little bit more gain right here at about -12, right here before the yellow. All right, cool deal. All right, so we got those guitars gain stage right there at about -12 on the K scale. All right, cool deal. And we added about 7.9 dB. And that little amplifier sound pretty good. All right, cool deal. What's going on? That one streamer, that one viewer. Appreciate you, man, tuning in, man, and whatnot, man. Shout out to you, man, for real, for real. So we got that right there. So what we're gonna see, what we need to do with this guitar. See how it sounds thin, but it's not thin, right? So first thing I'm hearing, and this is how you can kind of tell what you need to do for is your order of routing: compressor, then EQ, or EQ then compressor. Now you hear that guitar, you hear a lot of that string. We need to kind of control those dynamics before we actually want to do EQing, because when we control those dynamics, it's going to bring a lot of other different tones out. So that's why we're going to go ahead and just move this compressor. Now I know what I did. I moved the EQ before the compressor, but I like the EQ before the compressor. But it just depends on the nature of the source, and the source is the guitar, and the guitar heavy on the strings and whatnot. So we want to control that. So what we're gonna do now is just basically we're gonna get like we got 3 different compressor modes. We got limiter, leveler, and compressor. All right, and we can go through all of these or whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Leveler and limiter doesn't have a dedicated ratio. Compressor does. And then you have this one threshold, and then you have a makeup gain. You have automatic attack and release time, so you don't have to worry about setting that. And that's a good thing. All right. So we want more control of these guitars, because I don't want it to use a fixed ratio. And then, you know what I'm saying, we got like a fucked up, you know what I'm saying, compressed guitar. So what we're going to do is we'll put it to a good ratio at about 6-1. Okay. And then I'm going to bring my makeup gain down, and we're going to see how that sounds. y'all see the compression going on? I like that. It's controlling it's controlling the dynamics, but it's still, you know what I'm saying, you can still hear character in it. Okay. Now what we're gonna do now, we're gonna bring that down a little bit more. I feel like the threshold can come down a little bit more. I like that right there. Now we're gonna make up the gain. So we made up the game right there, okay? Now I'm going to put this back in perspective. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to mute the vocals because I don't want to hear those. Now that particular tong, that's kind of poking out right there, about 600. Let's go ahead and control that real quick. You hear the honkiness? All right, cool deal. So we controlled that. We boosted it right around about 3.5 dB. We started hearing it a little bit more, so we just went on ahead and subtracted it out of there or whatnot. Let's go ahead and solo that one particular instrument. Let's go back to Cali on that instrument. There we go. Let's go ahead and bypass this whole plugin. See how lifeless the guitar is? Let's go ahead and bring it back in. Awesome. Cool deal. Now, we have a lot of headroom that we have to play with, so we could definitely turn this down. I don't think there's anything we need to filter out. Now, we good. Everything is mid-range. So let's bring that back in the mix. Bring that volume down a little bit. See how it's sticking out? So the whole thing of it is when you're doing this method with guitars and stuff like that, you want them to have character but stick out at the same time. And that's what that compressor really does, if you know how to work it. And it's all about controlling the dynamics but still getting character out of it. That controlling the dynamics and character as far as utilizing the compressor, it's going to give you more tone, and then you can shape that tone with EQ a little bit more. And then all you got to do is just really gain stage that bad boy in the mix, and that's it. I know I make it sound a little easy, but it's not easy. It takes practice to do so, or whatnot. But you know what I'm saying, it's a simple process or whatnot. You just have to you have to stroke the source, and that's the sound a little bit. So we back to the hook part, and let's go to those guitars one more time. All right, so that was the Telecaster. We have this one right here. All right. Now we're going to go with the same type of channel strip. Now you see we're not even close to 12, so we're going to add some input gain. All right. I don't think that needs anything, but let's check that one more time. We're gonna do a freeze frame shot right here. So once we get this freeze frame shot, it'll give me a snapshot of what I need to do. So I'm gonna take out I'm gonna go ahead and do a low cut right about here. All right, and that should eliminate some of that muddiness I'm hearing in the sound. And we're definitely going to EQ. I don't think we need to do any compression, but we need to EQ right about in this range right here. Yeah, it sounds pretty compressed. So we don't need to do any compression, so we'll go ahead and turn the compressor off. deal. So what we're gonna do now, just find how much of EQ we need. Ooh, hit me right there. We're still hearing a little more. Shit, it's about right there. So we need to do another little dip right about in this situation right there. So that sounded like that took away from it just a little bit. Yeah. See how it kind of sits in the mix? It kind of just fell in there or whatnot. So what we need to do now is bring it down. We're going to bring that track down. Cool deal. Now I like that. It's starting to shape up a little bit with these guitars. The guitars is just the most in this whole song, so we want to get that straight, especially in the chorus hook part or whatnot. So we got another guitarist, Strat guitar or whatnot. You hear that crosstalk going on? I don't think we need to do anything to this one. So we just need to really kind of do like a soft EQ on here. Now instead of pulling up a whole channel strip, and this channel strip really take up a lot of PC resources. Let's check that out real quick, y'all. Let's see what's actually killing our PC resources here. Shit, a whole lot, not that much. It's the porta cassette, whatnot. We'll keep an eye on that right there. All right, cool deal. So let's do this. We're gonna go to analog obsession. Yeah, and this is kind of like a 32C EQ right here. Okay. Now that one sound I was hearing was about right up in here. There we go. Let's see, it's about 200. Yeah, about right there. I'm gonna EQ it right there. I like it right there. Let's play it with these other sounds. We'll give it a nice little bump right here in the mid section. Now this don't tell you no EQ, so I'm assuming it's 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, right there where I want to be at. I had to trust my ears. So once your ears focusing on that guitar sound, you'll know how much you need to boost on that one particular frequency range. And now that we got it, we're gonna bring down the volume on the channel fader just a little bit. Now we got these. Gonna say those chord guitars later. All right, so we got this next one. I just like the tone of that. I think that's it right there. We're just gonna do like a low cut on that. Just yeah, about right up in there. Yeah, so that, right around 300, we're gonna just go ahead and cut that a little bit. Cut that a little bit. Mm. All right, cool deal. And we got a 400 range right here. Okay, let's just bring that up to about right here. And all right, cool deal. So we got this one tamed a little bit. We had to just kind of like control it on the hook part. Yeah, so we got that contained a little bit. All right, cool deal. The next one is going to be the rhythm one, and then we'll get into that doggone chord one. So let's check out the rhythm one. I like what that one's doing. So we just basically need to. We're gonna gain stage right here now. If you can see this VU meter, let me go ahead and pop out that VU meter. All right, cool deal. So the VU meter right here, we're gonna try to get that sound right here around about -3, okay? And what we're gonna do now, we're just gonna use the input knob right here at the top of the mixer to get that sound right here. Right now it's floating around about -8, -7. We want to get it right about -3. So let's go ahead and add some volume. So that really kind of like is the driving force. That's why I named it a rhythm guitar. It's really keeping us rhythm or whatnot. So let's play that back one more time, and we're gonna turn that down. All right, cool deal. Now we have got that. We got another one. This boring ass sound right here. This chord guitar. Boom. Kind of like how that country western shit. So what we're gonna do is add like a phaser type of sound just to really give it some good vintagey type of shit. I'm gonna go with a stock situation here. I don't need nothing exotic or whatnot because I like what is going on, but we still need to get a little vintage sound. So instead of grabbing a preset, we're just gonna fuck some shit up. How about that, man? All right, so we're gonna go in the stage situation. I like what that's doing right there. Yeah. So, ooh, I like it. Good choice. Yeah. Very good choice. Phaser, yeah, that definitely did something right there. Now I didn't hit the sync button on here because I didn't want it to kind of like go and move with the tempo or whatnot. Really more of a feeling. So when you don't do the sync and you're adjusting the speed by frequency speed, that's more of a feeling. Versus with sync, it's gonna kind of go with the timetable of the DAW and the session. Okay, now let's go ahead and get this color situation right or whatnot. Now I don't know all of what this represent. For center frequency, range at a percentage, and then the feedback. So let's just get a cool sound. like what that's doing right there. Now let's see what this feedback does. Ooh. Seems like the feedback make that phaser swirl a little bit more. I'm gonna add a little stereo spare to that. Yeah, in my headphones, the sound is playing tricks on me. I'm more hearing it in my right ear. So what we're gonna do is take that pan and we're gonna pan it a little bit to the left. We're gonna go back to that verse section. Yeah, I like that right there. Let's hit it. Yep. It definitely did something to the sound. Yes, sir. Let's do that one. Let's play it back in the hook. Yeah, I like what it's doing. So the only thing we got now to do with the guitars is get that bass in order. All right. So with the bass, you know what I'm saying, that always come with a nice compressed sound, so to speak. Okay. But you can hear that. Nice. It's a very nice ampage type of sound, okay? But it's so many different ways you can go with the bass. Let me just say that. But we're gonna keep it dirty. We're gonna keep a vintage vibe to it. And we're gonna go to the Kush plugins. Now, if you don't know anything about Kush plugins, they are a plugin maker that focuses on kind of like acoustical type of instrumentation with their plugins, and it does a pretty good job to add like a dirty sound to whatever sound source that you utilize. Now, some of their stuff they make custom made, they make their own hardware, but with the plugin situation or whatnot, man, they definitely have a what I want to say, it has a vintagey vibe to it. You know what I'm saying? If you want that dirty lo-fi, that you know, that smoky vibe, that's basically what Kush Audio, their plugins and also their audio does as well, man. So we're gonna probably focus a little bit more on the Kush situations here. All right, so we're gonna use this red DI 2 direct box. This is gonna add a little bit more grit, a little bit more body to the bass sound. Let's play that bass sound one more time. Cause the bass really gonna kind of like, it's the foundation. It I'm not noticing a little bit difference, but it's all good. Now what we gonna do is though, we're gonna add that 32C channel strip. All right. Now we added a little bit of body, right? That got us to -12. So let's back off on that a little bit. Sheesh. Still there a little bit, y'all. So let's do this right here. Yeah, we need to come back off of that just a hair bit more. Yeah, that's the target. pull back on the input. All right, cool deal. Let's go back to -2. All right, so what we're gonna do now is I want to, yes, I want to compress this first. I'm gonna squeeze this a little bit, okay? Now I'm gonna get a leveler, okay, and I'm gonna adjust the attack because I don't want the attack to be so. I don't want the compressor to judge my attack. You know what I'm saying? I want the leveler. I want to use the leveler, and I want to judge my attack and still control the threshold as far as you know, say compression or whatnot. So I'm gonna go with a very slow attack. Excuse me. Excuse me. All right. So we're gonna go with a slow attack, and I'm gonna bring it back. I'm gonna bring it to a -6 threshold. So I want that smooth bass, you know what I'm saying? Kind of like that bluesy bass. Boom, 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 boom. You know, something smooth like that, not boom, ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. It's a difference. Ba-doom, 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 boom, boom, boom. Those are that I want to smooth the bass right there. So that's why I chose the leveler with the choosy with the attack knob to get to kind of control that the dynamics of the bass. So right about 92 milliseconds. And the gain reduction right at about -6. I like that right there. It doesn't sound like it's pumping, and that's good. Now we're gonna make up the gain. There we go. All right. I don't think I'm gonna even EQ this because I love the tone of the bass. Now you notice how that bad boy just sneak up on you. It's like, damn, the bass just hit you like just like that, right? So when I turn those plugins off, see how more dominance and presence that bass has, a little bit more weight to it or whatnot. Turn it down a little bit. All right, cool deal. That bass is the driving force. I'm gonna definitely have to get the kick up there with the bass, or sidechain the bass with the kick and stuff like that. So I'm just trying to get that wager right now, but I'm trying to get this to sit right in the mix. Let's go ahead and throw the mix in mono. I like that bass right there. There you go. So I put the bass, I put the mix in mono so I can judge where that bass is gonna sit at with everything slammed in the middle, and we got it just right. Now when you put it in center, or excuse me, when you put it in stereo, you'll notice that that bass is perceived to be a little bit louder. Now this is the trick. I'm about to fuck your heads up a little bit. All right, cool deal. So 220 hertz. Remember that number, 220 hertz. We got to find something that's going to take that 220 hertz and make it mono, okay? All right, now what we're going to do is type in a mono plugin, okay? We're going to do something. We're going to find some type of monolyzer type of plugin, yes, man, and see if we can make it do what it do. Now, I typed in mono, okay? And I'm just scrolling through all these plugins to see which one I can use. And I got a couple of them that I can use. Oh, excuse me. Sorry about that, y'all. That y'all. But I got a couple of them I can use. But they come with other different modules. So I'm trying to figure out which one would be the best for your boy. And we gonna try this right here. We're gonna do this right here, y'all. We're gonna it's the BX mix. Shit. It's the BX V3. Shit. Hold on a second, y'all. I gotta put an underscore. Then put the B. Oh fuck. Okay, so it ain't pulling up. Shit. Sometimes just searching for this shit in Studio One, it's okay sensitive. It's all good. We'll find it right here. There we go. So we're gonna see if this has the mono maker on here. Fuck, it doesn't. Shit balls. All right. God damn. Fuck me. I had another plugin that dealt with mono, but I'm thinking this right here. This is what we're gonna do. I know in Ableton Live they have something, but Persona Studio One has something as well, and it's called the Mix Tool, if I'm not mistaken. No. It's another one. Not Mix Tool. It's shit. Let's see here. It is Binaural Pan. There we go. Yes, Binaural Pan. All right. So this will take the sound, right? Because it's a stereo bass guitar. I can make the width to a mono signal. Okay. Now the way I'm gonna try to check that in another light is doing this right here. Let's go ahead and go back to that persona situation. We're gonna get another type of meter. And that is, where is that at? It's it's a scope, an oscilloscope, okay? Now this is gonna show me how wide, no, this is not it. Hold on a second, y'all. It's another plugin in here. Hold on a second. Shit. I know it when I see it. It's not a scope, shoot. Let me see, VU meter. It's not the VU meter. It's not the phase meter. Is it the phase meter? I don't think it's the phase meter. Let's see here. Empire. I think it may be the phase meter. Let me see. Yes, it's the phase meter. All right, cool. So we're going to take this phase meter. And we got the binaural pan set at basically 0% width. Okay. Now, check this out. I should move this binaural pan to the master. Okay. Now, let's see here. We still broadcasting. Okay, cool. All right. So we're gonna take this phase meter, and I'm tripping. Let's put this back and do this right here. All right, cool deal. So we put the phase meter on the master track. That way we can have it independently shown up here while we control this bad boy right here. All right, so we're checking left, middle, right, sides. Okay. You see that? We straight up in the middle. If we was to bypass this plug-in. So without it, it's in the middle. And that's a good thing. So that's how I kind of check and see, what's in phase or what's not, So we in the middle. So I don't have to necessarily do what I want to do or what I thought I was going to do, which is a good thing. That saves me one less plug-in to have, okay? And I'm going to keep this phase meter up just in case I need it again. All right, so this sound is in mono. That's a good thing. cool deal. So we got through all the guitars, right? So we're gonna go and solo all of these guitars, okay? And let's do this right quick. All right, we're approaching 1 hour. Whoever that 1 or 2 viewers, shout out to my other viewers just popped on. We're just trying to get a vintage vibe started on this mix already. We're not gonna do a full mix. We just getting things started. So now that I got the tones and the compression that I need for each of these individual guitars or whatnot, the next thing I'm gonna do is try to work on, you know what I'm saying, getting stereo separation by the use of panning here in Studio One or whatnot. And so that's this is the order. I did top down mixing on the bus track for the guitars, utilizing this combination of a knee preamp transformer, so to speak. And then we came back and added a little bit more grit right here. And then we focused on the individual instruments. All right. And then the next thing we're going to do is, again, you know what I'm saying, work on that stereo separation. Now I'm going to keep this phase meter up, and it's going to really tell me where I'm at right now. Okay. Now I want these to be pretty wide. You notice how this is real centered? I want this to be a little wide. I want it to be like right here in the middle of this slice of the pie, and right here in this little slice of the pie right here. So I want this to be a pretty wide situation. We're gonna pull some trick up our sleeves, okay? All right, so let's do this. We're gonna know the bass is not gonna be affected. See all these instruments right here, these 5 guitars that's not even have a pan on them. Let's go ahead and pan this extreme. Let's get wild with it. Now this one has a natural sound source that's to the right, okay? So see my phase meter going on right here? This is gonna judge how wide I can go with the pan. Y'all learning some exclusive shit. Ought to have y'all on a Patreon. All right, cool deal. About right there. All right. And I think this one right here. That was a little bit too. See how it's in the middle right there? But realistically, it's a little bit too wide for me. I like that right there. Let's go ahead and solo this next one. Now, I'm looking at check this out. I'm looking at this little meter. Y'all probably can't see it because it's probably a little small on the screen or whatnot. Let me go back here. All right, so I'm looking at this right here, the stereo LED meters or whatnot. Most of the lines is kind of like peeking a little bit to the right, okay? Let's go back to that. And the phase meter is calling it right here, just a tad bit right of the M, which is the middle. So let's go ahead and try to figure out how that fits in the stereo ramification of thing. But it sounds good to the left. I like it right there at left at 16%, okay? Left 16. I like it right there. We're going to bring in the next guitar. So that sound right here, we're going to bring that to the left. Do that one time. All right, cool deal. Now let's bring all of these guitars together and see. We got one of them right here. Oh, that is this one right here in this section right here. We're gonna keep that one straight in the middle because it's by itself in the song. All right. Let's go ahead and let's solo all of these right here. Righty. Let's bring it back to the hook. Notice how wide it got now. Yeah. So the solo and pan, it just really kind of made those sounds just a little wider or whatnot when we play it in the mix. Let's see what happens. All right, we're gonna turn this guitar bust down just a little bit. And let's play that back with the sample. Now the sample is the other key thing that's really gonna kind of like determine this track right here. It's like we need some more grit to this. And I really don't like the hi-hats that are in there, but it's gonna kind of take away from the vocal. So let's go ahead and add this 32C channel in here. All right. We got to be real careful on this. Oh, shit. Nigga, I almost slipped. All right, so check this out. We're going to do this, and we're going to add this bitch right here. It's still some highs in here that I'm trying to get out of here, all right? Let's solo this. So we got to, like, right up in here, that 4,000 range. So I want to take that out just a tad bit. Yeah. All right, so we got that. We took that little bit of, you know what I'm saying, that little bit of high mid out. Let's see how that sounds now with the mix. Now you notice it took away from the voice. Now let me bring all that back in. All right, so we got a little bit of squeeze right there at about 1.6K. I'm gonna bump that up just a little bit. All right, cool. So what I'm gonna do to combat that, because I need the little high mid presence or whatnot, I'm gonna have to go and use a high shelf, okay? And then I'm gonna try to tuck everything down on that high end, okay? All right, and I'm gonna do a little EQ work here. Just follow me. All right, cool deal. So we kind of there, you know what I'm saying? We there or whatnot. Now I really need something to brighten up that high mid part. So what I'm gonna do is get this little situation. It's called Air EQ. I'm gonna see if this work. If not, I gotta son of a bitch. It picked the wrong goddamn plug-in. I ain't want that shit. Get that motherfucking shit out of here. All right, let's go to it again. There we go. It's called Fresh Air. Sorry about that. All right, so we're gonna utilize Fresh Air just to bring in a little bit of mid air in there and see if it'll brighten up that sample just a tad bit like I want. Okay. All right, cool deal. Now let me check it in this part right here because this sample goes by itself right in this little section, and it may interfere. I don't know. Let's see. All right, cool deal. So that the Fresh Air actually worked like I wanted it to, and whatnot. And now we're gonna throw this in mono and check where the sample is for us in the mix. Okay, and let's pull up the phase meter just to see where we at. So that sample is sitting pretty goddamn good for us in the mix in mono. So we straight on that. So that eliminates the guitars and the samples. Let's go back to the hook one more time. All right, cool deal. Now what we're doing is just focusing on the instruments, not pretty much the drums. We'll say that on another stream probably tomorrow, or whatnot. I'm not gonna, this is an important mix, so I'm not gonna kind of like kill it all at one time. But so we got the guitars and the sample. Next thing is the focus is organ, keys, chord keys, and that's it. Okay, got 3 more instruments. All right, this is how it sounds. Now you see how weak that organ is? Let's give it a little bit more volume. We're gonna go up to the input knob and we're gonna turn that up. So these instruments gotta be careful when you EQ them. You don't want to take too much low mid or lows out of it because that kind of like gives the whole mix for us the instrumentation body. So I gotta be careful. So let's go here. So when we turned the input knob, we just gave the organ a little bit more gain. Now we can hear it, of course. And let's bring the keys. Well, we're gonna fuck them keys. We're gonna try to get this organ sitting in the mix correctly. Yeah, so we got it sitting volume-wise correctly with the fader. So we could do a little EQ or whatnot. So we're gonna go back and grab that Hercules EQ, and it's right here. And this is a free plugin, by the way, Analog Obsession. Hercules, Harqules. Check it out. It's a smooth, vintagey type of EQ. All right. So what we're gonna do with this one, we are going to try to get this peaking through the mix a little bit without actually having to turn the volume up. So this is kind of like where you use EQ and turn up the volume in certain frequency range. That makes any sense. All right, so let's see where this will sit at. All right, so in this case, there ain't no right or wrong way. You just gotta really use your ears. Use a mid frequency range knob, which is what I'm doing right here, and you gotta find that sound that you like about that particular sound. Crank it up, turn it back down, and edge it just in there. When you find that frequency and you stop, when you find that frequency, turn it back down to 0, and then turn it back up slowly, and that'll be that target range right there. We don't need to do that much to this. Just really a little bump, and that's it. See that little bump right there? That's all we did. Now I'm going to turn it down on the gain knob. So I bumped that overall gain knob that's coming out of this particular plugin. Bump that down a little bit. All right, cool deal. So we bumped that on there. I'm not going to throw a rotary on here because this organ just really don't need the rotary effect on it. It's more like an organ stab a little bit. So now what we're going to do now is go to these chords. We don't need to do anything to that. We just need to turn up the input knob, make sure we got enough gain in there. And a lot of times with music production, some of these beats really don't need. And I used to be this. I used to be that dude that had to put a plug-in on every instrument. But I learned as I just learned this art of mixing. If it sounds good, just leave it the fuck alone. Don't put nothing on it. You know what I'm saying? Gain stage more than anything. And the sound is going to stick out itself. All right. And that's called mixing with the fader. Mixing with the fader ain't nothing but turning it down and trying to get it sitting right in the mix. Okay. So I don't need nothing on this. We just need to make sure that it has enough gain and we can hear it and mix it with the fader. Okay. All right, go ahead. Let's do that. See, it's how it's see how it's buried with all the other instruments. So we got to bring that up a little bit. Look at this beat meter right here. Now, we have a lot of gain stage. We have plenty of gain stage. We're not peaking anywhere. So we just really got to control this and be mindful of, volumes going out and everything like that. I want to get right there in between 5 and 7. Boom, there it is. All right, I just need that one hit hard attack, and it was right there in between 5 and 7. All right, cool deal. Now we're gonna turn it down with the fader. Cool deal. So let's put that in mono just to see where the organ and the keys are sitting at. right, cool deal. Now, the art of listening mono, far as you have a stereo signal like these keys are very, very, very stereo. The art of doing it in mono is to listen through the mix because everything is up in the middle. Everything is up the middle, motherfucking one straight line. You know what I'm saying? Attention. Okay? Everything is up the middle. Your job is to listen through the depth of the mono and hear a little bit of that stereo sound. If you can hear a little bit of that stereo sound, you're winning. You're winning the art of listening in mono, mixing in the mono or whatnot. And once you can kind of get that fader adjusted right in the mix and you can hear just a little faint of that stereo, you winning that war. It's not a war. It's not a battle, but you winning. You know what I'm saying? And that's what we just did. I heard it very faintly, but when I put it back in stereo, that bitch is gonna appear loud. So that's the other thing you have to worry about is like, you know what I'm saying? Even though you're trying to hear certain instruments in mono, be mindful once you put it back in stereo, it's gonna the perceived loudness is gonna be there. But when you put it back in mono, it's gonna be like, but where it went, because it goes from here to here. Goes here, goes here. Okay, hold on. There we go. Camera. There you go. It goes here, here. Here, mono, stereo, mono, stereo. So it's going to seem like it's loud. So you have to kind of go back and forth a little bit just to kind of get that volume set. We're still in mono. So I can hear that. Shit like that. So let's put it back in stereo. Yeah, so it's part of the ear candy type situation. I can hear it, but I can't hear it. It's part of the vibe of the song. Now I can bump it up in stereo just a little bit. I want to hear it a little bit more. That's just me. We're gonna turn those organ stabs down a little bit. So we turned those organ stabs down like 1/10 of a dB. All right. Last but not least, we got the chords keys, and this is this sound right here. And I feel like this needs the same phaser effect as the chords. So I'm gonna try something here. I ain't gonna guarantee you this is gonna work. All I'm doing is copying the chord effect from the phaser effect from the chord guitars to the chord keys. They're both doing the same shit. Okay. If I was to solo, well, I ain't gonna do that yet. Let me see how it sounds with the keys first. Now, I like it with the mix knob at 80%. Now let's play it with the guitars. Yeah. Now I'm paying this to the left at about 14 as the chord guitar is paying to the left at 37. And we should get a cool sound. Yeah, swirling. Yeah, I like that right there. Let's bring everything together. This sound actually could be pumped up a little bit more on the input gain. All right, so let's do that real quick on the input now. Let's bring a little bit more dB in there. I can't talk today. God damn. All right, now drink all my water. God damn. All right, let's bring that back right here. There we go. Yes, sir. All right, cool deal. All right, so we got all of that vintage vibe to it or whatnot. Let's see what we got here on the remainder. I just may have to bust the guitar, the drums together. All right, here we got an 808 somewhere. All right, so this is all drums. Yeah. Yeah. So what we're gonna do is take all of these instruments we have, these drums that we have, we're gonna bust this to its own drum bus. So we're gonna go ahead, right click on the shaded mix channels. Those shaded mix channels, right click on any one of those, and we're gonna add bus for selected channels. Now what this does is it adds a little bit more grit to the drums. All right, we're just gonna call that the drum bus. All right, cool deal. Not drum voice, but drum bus. Take the I out. All right, cool deal. That's the drum bus right there. All right, and what we're going to do now is, it depends on what you want to do, okay? And I'm thinking this through on how I'm going to process this as far as a top-down mix situation is concerned. And we're going to go ahead and use this new plugin. Not new, you know what I'm saying, but I never used it on the live stream, like talking about. So let's go ahead and pull up the AMIC 9099. Excuse me. This is from what I've read, and I haven't played around with this a lot, but it's a good drum bus plugin. It does some pretty good things on it. We have presets now. When it first came out, it didn't have presets, so we have presets. We have a drum bus funk, which I'm curious to try. And we have a drum group at peak plus 14. Don't know what that means. But we're gonna try those two. So that's preset 34 and number 4. All right, so let's go to number 4 first. And see how that sounds. I had to hold that yawn for y'all. We almost done. All right, here we go. I like the tone of it. Too much compression. And it got limiter on it. So this thing has a limiter on it as well. So it's a channel strip with a compressor, a gate, and a limiter. 3 forms of dynamics. Doing too much. But I like the tone of it. I like the tone of it. It sounds where I want to go with the drums. But let's go to 34 and see what it's working with. Nah, that's a little bit too old schoolish, but too much compression going on. So I like what number 4 did. Okay, but we're gonna control that limiter. Matter of fact, I don't even want a limiter on there, to be honest with you. But let's go there. Let's bring down the mix knob on the limiter. That motherfucker's still going. Jeez. I hear what it's doing. So they have a clip effect going on. They have a clip circuit on here. Okay, it's a clipper. That's all it is. It's a clipper. It's a circuit. So they have the clip circuit on here, and when you adjust that mix knob, you'll hear the character of that limiter. But what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring that threshold down because we're still, you know what I'm saying, getting gain reduction from the limiter. Okay, at -6. That's entirely too much for me. All right. You see, we brought back the punch of the drums because the limiter it was, you know what I'm saying, flatten the motherfuckers like pancakes. All right. So let's bring it back a little bit just for character's sake. See that little, I just want a little amber light. Yeah. Now it's still a little bit too much compression for your boy. So I'm gonna make this attack time all the way fast, all the way fast. Oh, excuse me, all the way slow, all the way fast on the release. Slow attack, fast release. Very, 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 very slow attack. Very, 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 very fast release. All right. And we're gonna bring that ratio down. So it was set at about 2.8 to 1. We're gonna bring it down to 2.0 to 1. We're gonna adjust our own threshold. And we don't want a hard knee. We want a soft knee. So we're going to take that hard knee button off. And we're going to leave that mix knob where it's at. And I like what they did with the high pass filter on the kick drum. But let's do this. Let's bypass this instrument. Let's bring up our handy dandy spectrometer and see where the low cutoff is for that. So they have theirs at 80. We're going to put ours at 160. All right. And that's going to allow that kick drum to have a little bit room to not get it compressed. Okay. So what we did was, it's called sidechain high pass filter on a compressor. All right. They had theirs set at 80. So anytime you're dealing with a HPF on a compressor, or you see a SCHP or SCHF or whatnot, that's a high pass filter for side chaining. So basically what that is anything below the given frequency on a knob or whatever you set it at, anything below that set frequency is not going to get compressed. Okay. In this case, we set ours at 160 because we want the full kick drum to come through, but we can still compress that kick drum. So it's not going to get the full effect of the compression. It's not going to get the full effect of compression, but it's going to get just a tad bit. All right. So we got everything set up. Let's go ahead and get this compressor run. You notice that we don't have any compression going on right now. Let's back off on the let's get into the threshold. Oh, all right, big dummy. You dumbass. All right, I ain't had the damn compressor the goddamn channel strip on. I'm sorry. Sorry, y'all. My bad. All right, let's go ahead and do that again. There we go. There we go. Got a little bit of amber, and we're at about negative 10 dB on the threshold. I want these lights to light up with the kick drum and the groove of with the drums. So we're gonna go back to -8. So this is lighting up according to the kick and the snare. That's where I want to be at. All right. Now this limiter is getting more action than the compressor, so let me tame that a little bit. Bitch go hard. Yeah. All right, cool deal. So they got a low cut at about 35. We ain't gonna do that. We want all our bass. All right, cool deal. All right, and we don't have any gate on. I like what that's doing. Let's clean up the EQ to get that sounding like we want. All right, let's give it a little bump at about 200. Yes. Ooh. I like this channel strip on drums. Like this motherfucker jam. Let's get a little bit mid-range. Whoa. I'm noticing something. This thing got an auto listen on here. Bruh, this channel strip is beastie. I like it. So auto listen is basically when you touch a frequency, it's gonna give you the hearing of only that frequency range that you're kind of sweeping through. Pretty goddamn handy dandy feature right there. Along with the Q bandwidth. Damn, man, they doing a damn thing with this one. Yes, sir. Now we're gonna bump up that clap a little bit. About right there. Now let's give us highs a little bit of razzle dazzle. All right. And we're gonna bring them highs. Them highs sitting right at about 12,000. They ain't doing nothing, man. So we're gonna bring those around about 3.9K. Now my favorite part about drums is if you can make them drums come to life without the music. Once you infuse it with the music, it's magic. Now we overloading this channel strip a little bit too much. All right. So what we're gonna do now, I like where they got the THD, but I don't use virtual gain. So we're gonna take that out of there. But then I like what it's doing though. It has a vibe to it, bro. So virtual gain ain't nothing but virtual noise added into the plugin, but it's doing something. I don't know what the fuck it's doing, but it's doing something, and I like it. Now what we're gonna do is do a random channel because this thing has built-in TMT. So let's check this out. I like that channel right there, 69 to 70. It has a little punch to it. Remember, 69 to 70. I like that, 34 and 35. Cool. Dessert. All right, cool deal. So we got to look at this. So the EQ is in pre, which put the compressor and the limiter last. And we have a clip on, which is not causing us to overload, but we are. So let's play that with the mix and see what happens and see how this all meshed together. Shit. Look, let me tell you something. This channel strip does some good shit with some drums. Man, wow. Yeah. We're gonna be using this a lot with drums. I'm like, yeah, I like what it did. I didn't have to work hard for it either. I like what that's doing right there. So let's do this. We're trying to make sure that this doesn't clip right. We're gonna take out that compression a little bit. Yeah. So what we did with the EQing was affecting the compressor, so we had to lighten back up off that compressor a little bit. It's a. All right, cool deal. So y'all know this damn thing right here, man. I say it once before and I say it again. This scratch pad shit, nobody don't use that bullshit. They need to get rid of that fucking button, man, or have a way to get rid of that shit, cause that shit is annoying as fuck. Anyway, so let's go ahead and put a limiter on. We just gonna get like a regular stock limiter on that bitch, and hopefully we can. Oh, you know what? I'm not even gonna use that one. I hate Studio One's limiter. Let's go to this limiter right here. KH this limiter. There we go. We'll go to this little kilohertz limiter. We're gonna go ahead and do this right here. What we're doing now is just adjusting the limiter. Now I'm gonna use this limiter as like a compressor. It's just gonna knock off those peaks. All right, there we go. Or if I wanted to do something else, this is what I could do. We'll use a JST clipper. Now check this out. Check this out. And I could just get rid of this motherfucking limiter they got on this bad boy right here. Let's do that. We're just gonna go ahead and get rid of that limiter. All right. We're gonna go here. We're gonna turn this limiter off. And we're gonna use this JST clip to use for limiting. Now check this out. So we used that JST clipper. It definitely knocked off all the goddamn clips. We're not even in the red. So, but it gives the drums a little bit more punch that we need. And we ain't even mixed the drums yet. So we'll get to that on the next day or whatnot. But our beat mix is loud as fuck. So our beat mix, sub mix, auxiliary track, whatever the hell you want to call it, it's out there. Yeah, this little shit. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and gain stage. We're gonna bring down the input knob. That's where we want to be at. Now we can bring the fader up. Now we got a healthy signal and it's not even loud. But I mean, if we want to, we can bring it up a little bit more because we got the better maker on here and it ain't even doing nothing. So let's go ahead and try to bring up the output. All right, cool deal. Now we can bring up our sub mix, which is our overall mix. That's everything in the mix going through this red sub mix. We're gonna bring that up just a little bit. Now we got our sub mix around -12 on the RMS level, which will be equivalent to it should be equivalent to like right here. A little bit over, but it's there. I'm gonna bring down the input knob. I'm going in there. Now we're gonna look at the master track VU meter, and this is all gain staging. Make sure they're getting right here. A little bit too much. Cool, good. All right, and let's check one more section. Now, my only thing is now to make sure that, do I need like reverb or anything like that? I think that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take like an old school method of approach on this one. We're gonna have a reverb, nice little room reverb, and I really don't want to do it, but we gonna use a stock reverb on this one. Okay, and let's go ahead and get mix verb. Is it mix verb? Nah. It's room. Yeah, not mix verb. It's going to be goddamn room reverb. All right, and we're going to get something that has a little what I want to say, gives it a little bit of ambience to the drums or to the beat. Okay. Because this is a club. I mean, so you know anything about the samples, better right? So, you know, you hear that in a lot of clubs, you know what I'm saying, hole in the walls or whatnot. So we're gonna give it like a hole in the wall feel. So I'm adjusting the dampness to get where it doesn't sound like it's a big room. I like that. I like that. That's beautiful. Now let's go to the drums. And just needed like a hint of reverb just for that snare. So you see how the reverb kind of plays an effect with the kick and the snare. And really the hi-hats are so overpowering, they really don't need, they're not taking advantage of that reverb, but it's giving those drums space. All right, and we're gonna blend everything in together and see how that goes. Yeah. Shout out to my one viewer that gave me a like. Appreciate you. All right, cool deal. So they kind of add a little space to the beat mix. So I think we done. I'm gonna go in on tomorrow. We're gonna stream tomorrow if I get a chance to. On tomorrow, we're gonna stream the drums, and because that's the only thing we got to kind of like fix up on the instrument side of things. The vocals I'm just do on my own time. But let's see how the drums. It really don't need much, to be honest with you. I mean, besides the kick need a little processing or whatnot, but what time is it? Yeah, we're coming up on 2 hours. Let's go ahead. It's like the drums is there. I don't need to do nothing. Do nothing. We have that. Where's that at? That shit right there. We need like a some type of fucking delay. So this is where we're gonna use like, cause I ain't even messed with the vocals yet. So we're gonna get like a real simple ass delay, beat delay, pretty good. Mm-hmm. So, right here. All right, let's do that. All right, there we go. There we go. Let's go back right here to the. Now we're gonna put a reverb on there. It has a very good tight kick to it. I don't think we need to do anything else to this, man. I think we good. I'll turn that down a little bit. You see that right there? That could be compressed just a tad bit. So let's go ahead and get that this motherfucking this 32C plug in right here, and we need that needs to be compressed. I love the tone of it, but we're gonna put it on limiter mode, and let's compress this bad boy. Where you at? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, here we go. There we go. That compressor brings out this compressor is bad. All right. It brings out a lot of good characteristics in the sound. I can't front. All right, here we go. We're gonna transition to those rods. Yeah, it just sits that motherfucker right. Like that. Like where it's at right now, but like I said, we'll have to check it later on with the vocals.
Us niggas, man.
Let's see here.
I said, man, no word, there ain't nobody.
All right, cool deal. So we good with the vocals. The vocals was untouched, and we just got the beat sounding good with the vocals and everything like that. So we straight, man. I think we are where we need to be at. There's one thing I want to do on the sub mix, and I'm gonna show y'all some exclusive stuff real quick. All right, so the beat mix, vintage vibe, right? We got it there. But check this out though. Y'all know this is like a vinyl type of song, right? You know, Betty Wright, you know what I'm saying? After the Pain, it's a vinyl. So what we're gonna do is go to Waves plugins, right? Get the Waves plugins, and we're gonna choose this Abbey Roads vinyl stereo. Hopefully it don't tax my PC. It shouldn't. But y'all hear that? We got some vintage vinyl stuff going on right here. So they got presets for this. All right. And what we're gonna do is search those presets. All right. And we want to go to the Mix Bus Hi-Fi. All right. Now, if you listen real closely, you can still hear like a humming and crackling. You hear that crackling? So we want to take that crackling out. That's what we got, a little bit of that going on. So we want to take this crackling out. All right. And then we got another clicks. All right. See that click? We don't want that shit. So we're going to turn the click off. We're going to turn the crackling off. Now we can add it in there. Give it that old Malaco feeling. All right. You hear that? That right there, we don't want that. That's where it was before. All right, cool. I like it right there. All right. And what we're gonna do now is we could change it to a lacquer or print. Okay. I'm gonna keep it more on a lacquer. You know what I'm saying? We could do said DJ, but I like that. That's more cleaner right there. And we could change the needle. That's more of a kind of like a 45 right there. Y'all probably can't hear these needles, but I'm changing the needle cartridge. You see how digital it sounds? I'm unbypass it. You'll notice the difference if your ears can hear it. It sounds a little bit digital. Sound like the mix is a little thin. All right, turn that back on. I'm gonna add a little bit of drive in there. Where did I put that bitch? Like, I don't know what the hell I did with it. Where that motherfucker went? God damn. Did I put it on the wrong shit? Yeah, I just have it on the beat mix. All right. And all right, and take it off. See how the mix is like, it's not lifeless. I mean, it's lifeless. It's like it's not doing anything. It's like, okay, it's a beat, but then this kind of adds that vintage vibe that we were looking for. The drums, the kick drum is a little dirty, but it has weight to it. The sound like it's a little overdrive crunch, but it's not. You know what I'm saying? Everything is edgy, but smooth edgy. And that's the sound I was looking for. When moving this arm, you see this arm right here? I get more mid-range right there in the middle of the LP or the vinyl. Yeah, cool deal, man. So let's go ahead and ride out this piece. Yo. Yes, sir. Cool beans, man. That was it for tonight, man. There we go, man. That was it for tonight. As far as getting that vintage vibe from, the record that we were looking for or whatnot. We don't necessarily have to do another stream on it or whatnot because the drums is where it needs to be at. I was gonna go ahead and mix the individual drums, but I don't think they need it. They are perfect. You know what I'm saying? I just had to do a couple of more instruments as far as the drums, the overheads. I think the kicks and the claps are where they want to be at. Of course, it's not the final mix, and if you're on headphones, it always should not be the final mix, but we definitely gonna check it in the loudspeakers in the daylight hours or whatnot, man. Appreciate y'all tuning in to the live stream and everything like that. Shout out to you guys, man, for doing that, supporting the YouTube channel and everything like that. Right up here, all my information, you know what I'm saying, Jazz Creative Media. And then, with your boys, what you're watching on the Beat Podcast on this channel. You got the YouTube channel, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you follow, subscribe, Super Mario. And also, way over there, man, Instagram, man, at Super Mario_producer. And also, right here on the Beat, you know what I'm saying? Just like it is, how it's spelled, at on the beat .podcast. So just take that, on the beat, put it all together, .podcast on Instagram. Make sure you go follow the podcast and everything like that, man. And always we upload full episodes here on this YouTube channel as well, so it always makes sense to go ahead and follow and subscribe on the YouTube channel, man. Appreciate you again, y'all tuning in or whatnot, man. Y'all go ahead and comment, but I know it's too late to comment and everything like that, so go ahead and just drop a comment when you watch the playback or whatnot, man. And, you know what I'm saying, we'll come to you guys with another live stream. We got some things to review in studio with Studio Link. They dropped off some new sounds, some New Yorkish type of sounds. I ain't even trying to make a beat. We just gonna check that out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't fucking with no New York stuff. Cause I just, you know what I'm saying, I'm a Southern boy, so you know what I'm saying. But we'll check them out just for the shits and giggles or whatnot, man, on the next stream. But hey, in order to get notified on the next stream, you have to subscribe. So go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and it'll give you a red circle when your boy is going live, man. This has been Super Mario, man. We up out of here, man. We're gonna go to the end screen, and I'm gonna let y'all jam out to the whole shindig or whatnot, man, or whatnot. So like I said, man, I appreciate y'all tuning in. Go ahead, like, follow, subscribe, everything like that. Catch y'all later, man. Peace.